Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Hydro Kimono, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison video, which I have done a few times actually, but this time we're going to be talking about the Halo G6 manual battery. I got this last week. I was really excited to order it. I have said before that I really like Halo, and I think it's a great company, and I really enjoy their products, and I have yet to use the manual battery. But a lot of other people have said that it's really good, and they really liked it, and the kit that I ordered way back, which I don't have anymore, they actually sent me 2 manual batteries, which is fine. They worked okay. But I really wanted to try one of each, just to kind of see which one I liked better. So I got this, and I was really excited, and I have to say that it didn't really perform up to my expectations, and going back, I kind of wonder if it's really as good as I ever thought it was. So anyway, this one is, it seems to be a little bit longer than the automatics that I had. Just right off the bat, and it has this little button. Hopefully you can see it right there. That button is what you hit to kind of start it, so it doesn't go based on your draw. You hit this button and then you draw from it, and then you're all set and you're ready to go. So it works just fine, but what I've noticed about this is that the cutoff time is just so short, and I didn't remember it being that short. It's about 5 seconds, and I've tried a couple different cartridges. This one is a pre-filled cartridge with Tribeca in it, and then I had another one that was empty that I refilled with Malibu. And what I found is just that I just have to just draw really, really long on it to really feel like I'm getting something. And I really wish that it was a second or two longer, or that there was an option where you could choose how long before the cutoff. So I don't know if that's like a safety thing or what, but a lot of people say that the manual batteries are a little bit safer because they don't just randomly go off in your pocket because you're around loud things. The interesting part of this, though, is that I did a review on the eRoll, which I don't think a lot of people saw, but if you would have told me a month ago that I would end up liking the eRoll better than the Halo, I would have said you were crazy. But after using the Halo and then going back and using the eRoll a little bit, I found it to be a lot better, which I thought was crazy. So we're going to do a little comparison here. So right off the bat, here is the size difference. So the Halo is obviously a lot bigger. The battery's a lot bigger. It also lasts a lot longer, though. So for me, that's totally fine. The cartridge is also a lot bigger than the little tank that's on the eRoll. So it holds a lot more. You're not going to be changing these out as quickly. So my initial reaction to it was just I was really disappointed. But I used it for a while just to sort of get back into the two-part style of the electronic cigarette, just to kind of see if maybe that was it. So it's getting a little better, but overall, I feel like the eRoll's just the better of the two, which I never thought I would think. So anyway, so we'll do some vapor test here just to kind of see the difference. I've been using these back and forth during the day, so I don't have to prime it or anything, but here we go. So you can see it cut off, and I wasn't nearly ready to end my hit right there. I could have gone for at least a couple seconds longer and felt like I got a more satisfying hit. So just right off the bat, that's really disappointing. But let's try it again. So yeah, right when it cuts off is when I feel like I'm just about to get that nice hit, and it just doesn't happen. So really, really disappointing in that end. But I will say the hardware and everything is great. Halo's been expanding. They have new accessories. They have a really nice case that you can buy, like a little travel case that you can throw 2 batteries and a few cartridges in it, which are really nice. They also have a personal charging case, which is really cool. I mean, everybody's doing that now. It's going to probably be the standard. But they're adding things here and there. What I'm going to do, before I decide I'm just not going to use this anymore, is I'm going to try one of their low resistance cartomizers, just to see if that's going to make a big difference, because I really believe that it will. So I'm going to try that. Although, even if it does make a big difference, I don't want to pay $9 each for a whole bunch of these when it's so much easier just to get a 5-pack for $10 of pre-filled cartridges and just keep using those over and over and over again. You know, it's a price thing, really. So now here is the eRoll. Oops, sorry. Now that I've been using this for a little while, I have definitely warmed up to it. The flavor is just so much better. One of the things with this one is I feel like I'm getting okay flavor, but I'm not getting a ton. Again, the low resistance cartomizer would probably fix a lot of those problems. Probably get better vapor and get better flavor. This one, I feel like I always get really good flavor, and this one does not have a cutoff. Although I still have the problem with the tank being too small, and I have to bring an extra 1 or 2 to work if I'm going to be using it throughout the day. So charging, not a big deal. I always put it back in the case, and that charges it, so it's not terrible. But let's take some hits off of the eRoll. See, no cutoff. I can just stop when I've got the perfect hit that I'm looking for. And lots of flavor. You know, I can really taste it. And with some of these e-juices, they're really good, and they really stick with you, which is awesome. You know, much like cigarettes, although that taste is usually pretty bad. You know, I feel like with the eRoll, I'm getting really good flavor, and it's staying with me. Whereas with the Halo, I'm getting okay flavor that doesn't really stick around for too long. You know, and sometimes I've noticed, like when I'm refilling these, it just tastes really harsh. And I don't know if that's just because they're technically disposables that are, you know, kind of not really being advertised, but it's widely known that you can reuse them over and over again, at least a few times. So I don't know if maybe that's part of it, where I've just used it one too many times and I'm just getting this really harsh taste, or what exactly is going on there. Despite the fact that I've actually cleaned them, so I have done a thorough cleaning of them properly. So now let's compare the vapor to my trusted eVod with the eMod tank. This is usually what I use when I'm at home. Put this in a video as well. I just love this system. It's sleek, it's small, you could take it with you if you want. I could definitely leave it in my car. But just as far as to compare the vapor and the flavor and all that to this one, let's see how it compares. I feel like price-wise, this is probably a little bit closer than some of the other things that I have, where you've got like you know, this tank was I think like $6 or $7, and this was like maybe 15. So not, you know, really inexpensive way to go. So let's compare. Yeah, definitely way more vapor coming off of this, and but I will say the flavor isn't as much as I get off the eRoll. So yeah, great vapor production, but the flavor just isn't really coming through, and I'm not really sure what the difference is, because this atomizer that's on here, the wick that's in there is tiny. It's really, really small, so I don't know if just because it's so compact, if it's just, you know, it's vaporizing and it just getting to your mouth a lot quicker, so it doesn't have time for the flavor to be gone, or what. But I'd say as far as flavor goes, this is definitely the clear winner. Vapor production, you know, this is obviously going to be the winner, but, you know, I feel like I'm getting better vapor off this than the Halo. Obviously the battery isn't as long, but I think overall, and this is also an automatic battery too, so you know, makes you wonder. So I may have to change my opinion and say that this is actually a lot better than this, and I would recommend the eRoll over the Halo, which I never thought I would ever say, but, you know, let's try it again. Yeah, and then one more time with the Halo. Yeah, see, just once again, unsatisfying flavor and unsatisfying vape production, or vapor production. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just maybe one of those situations where that was the first really good one that I had, and so I have really fond memories of it. You know, I'm not sure. I think that things have come a long way, but it's. I don't know. I feel like I gravitate more towards the eRoll now than the Halo, even though I've been using them both about the same. So next week I should be getting my Joyetech 510. So I'm going to be reviewing that as compared to these ones as well. It's available on a lot of different sites at a lot of different prices. I've decided to go through Z-Cigs because I feel like that's the best deal, and I will explain that in the review, what all you get and why I decided to go with them instead of a lot of the other places that offer the same thing. It'll be really interesting to see how that one compares to these ones, because you hear a lot of different things about them. Some people say they're amazing, some people say they're not so great, and you know, honestly, when you look at it, it looks like some ancient e-cig. So it'll be really interesting to see how it compares. But I mean, so far, if you know, Joyetech made this one, and it seems to be outperforming a lot of the other ones, which I wouldn't have guessed that I would have liked it so much as I do, but yet here we are. So I'm really anxious to try that one, and I think that one actually came out before these ones, so it'd be really interesting to see if they've progressed a little bit and if it really even outperforms these two. So anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good